You are listening to the Kentucky X-Files with hosts Dennis Mays and Tyler Stewart. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube so you never miss an episode. Now, to our show.
Something that would be in the context of the supernatural.
He described it as being a gray, silver-looking, upright bipedal creature, dragging a deer out of that cave going up the hill.
Where he goes, hey, I got a question for you. He goes, do you believe in demons?
And it takes one big step and vanishes. I'm like, oh my God, that was a Bigfoot.
And look at these pictures of this white creature.
Something 7'3" to 8 foot tall.
Right.
That, let's say it like.
And I'm telling you right now, if this was a bear, then this bear was standing on his hind legs, and he was running like a man. No, this wasn't no bear.
Now, when it stood up, that's when I knew it was a dog man.
Welcome back to the Kentucky X-Files. This is episode 22.
After spending all morning trying to record our first commercial. So thank you guys. Thank you to Anchor.fm for making us do this. Watch us sell out big time, guys. It's going to be great. Just kidding. So yeah, we're back here. It's been an exciting morning. Been working around the farm. Actually heard some interesting stuff over the weekend. You know what? You constant listeners out there and the folks that we've talked to, especially about the cryptids, I'm blaming this one on you. Here on my farm, I'm building a barn for my wife out of raw lumber. I've been cutting the cedars myself, barking them, limbing them, barking them, and I've been literally framing in a barn for her because she raises little goats, and the whole time I was working on it the other day, I kept hearing these tree knocks all around me. Okay, that's freaky enough, right? So I started getting a little creeped out because I'm like, man, you know what, we talk to people about this all the time, and here I'm standing here and I'm sitting here hammering nails into a log or whatever, trying to fasten it, and I'm sitting there looking at it like, okay, should I add one more? Should I add a big? I have these big deck screws I've been using too. I'm like, maybe I should anchor it with one of them screws. And then here in the background, maybe 30, 40 feet away, I hear the knock, 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 and I'm sitting there like trying to ignore it. I'm like, nope, not doing it. Not doing it. I'll tell you what, though, if it was somebody who listens to this show and you're snooping around the area and you're tree knocking, trying to freak me out, you succeeded. You freaked me out. That was pretty awesome. Awesomely terrible. And then just a little bit ago, me and Tyler were sitting here working on a commercial for Anchor.fm, and something you can hear the goats in the background. They're little mini Nigerian goats, and they are a couple of them are pregnant, and they think they need to eat nonstop, and they're back there just carrying on. And you heard it all morning. They're yelling. They think they need more and more food, and then out of nowhere, we hear a scream come out. And I'll actually play the little clip. I'll add it to this so everybody can hear it. It was wild because it literally just happened. This one goat started freaking out, screamed. Me and Tyler went up there to see what the hell was going on. Our big buck, his name is Patch, but I always call him Patch Squatch because he's got this huge, awesome beard, is standing there, freaked out, and then I hear tree breaking in the woods. And then while I was down there checking on him, Tyler was up here near the trail, and he could hear something walking through the woods. What exactly did it sound like to you?
I just sounded like just brush moving.
I heard a branch break.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
But
that's actually what made me stop when I got up there. When I was like, okay, what was that?
I didn't go as far as you did, so I didn't hear any kind of limb breaking or anything breaking. But while you were back there, I was standing right up, like right where you go into the goat pen, and I did hear some brush move just for a second. Granted,
yeah, we don't know.
I didn't personally see anything, so it could have been something totally different.
Just weird, man. That's two weird things in a span of a couple days.
Yeah, it's odd that, like you said, that Patch doesn't act like that.
Yeah,
He looked like he was scared.
He literally is standing there, looks terrified. And I went down there to him, and usually when I go in there, because I always play with him, and he's pretty friendly. Mm-hmm. Usually when I go in there, he just livens right up, like, oh, it's the guy that plays with me, and he sits there and he rubs his head on me and tries to butt me and stuff. He's a real sweetheart, and he would not move from that spot. So that's weird. So I don't know. I'm gonna tell the wife about it when she gets home. But you know what? Just to give you guys some context, I'll stick the clip in right here.
It's going to be fluent. Okay. Hey guys. Man, that's a fucking aggressive one.
That didn't sound like a goat.
The hell is that?
I don't know. Leaving it record. Well, I'm gonna save that recording.
Huh?
I'm gonna save that recording.
So you go get a better look at it?
Yeah, I let it go. And let them hear that stuff. And you can actually hear me in there make the joke as we're getting up, saying, you know what, I'm leaving it recording. And I laughed because I'm like, hey man, you never know. I don't know. We hear a lot of stuff. We hear some crazy stories. Maybe we should have the recorder going, But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Pretty wild, huh? But yeah, here we are. It's a nice morning. We're trying to beat the heat. It's supposed to be like 90-something degrees today. And to be honest with you, I love being out here in the morning, and I love hearing the valley and the farm, But when it hits the 90s, I'm gonna be hiding from the sun. So yeah. It's been a really big couple of weeks for the old cryptid communities. They're actually kind of what I wanted to bring up today. And I know there's some reservations out there about whatever. And like we discussed this earlier, is I'm not gonna be trying to call people out or anything. I don't want to do that. But I have noticed, and it's frustrating for me, being I'm kind of what I consider myself kind of a third party, a neutral party, you know what I mean? I don't really lean either extreme way on anything. But recently did a video on our YouTube channel where I took a look at a video that was provided, it was uploaded by Dark Waters. Yeah. Which is a pretty cool channel. If you guys haven't checked that out, you definitely should. Dark Water's got a lot of content and can keep you busy for quite some time. And I recently realized that there's a huge Dogman community. Okay, and these communities of the Dogman are divided into parties. Yeah. And I'm a little shocked by that. I hate to use this term, but I would expect more of a bipartisan kind of feel to this type of topic. Yeah. And there's just not. There's you go one way or you go the other. And Okay, so here's the deal, okay, guys, and I want you to know out there, disclaimer, I'm not attacking anyone. I will not attack anyone because I feel like it's a waste of time, but I would like to hear your guys' opinions because I want to understand. We have some big names in the Dogman community.
Yeah.
Okay, we've definitely got Dark Waters, who's renowned. Okay, we have Vic Cundiff, who's also renowned. We have some other guys. I know there's another one out there that's really big. The Dogman Cams, that one's really big, and Paranormal Roundtable is really big.
And then I can't remember her name. She wrote the book.
Linda Godfrey.
Linda Godfrey.
That's probably the godmother of all, the whole topic, really. And I want to know, why are you groups so damn divided? And is there any path to mend that back to a solidarity again?
And I kind of want to like throw this out there. We all know the kind of the, I guess, lack of a better term or anything, the beef going between the whole Vic thing.
Yeah,
we're not talking about that at all. We're just talking about the divide between everybody, and like I just, there's so many different types and stuff, but once you're in one side of the Dogman topic, that's where you stay. You can't branch out or something. Like, it just seems like everybody has a definitive way, and if you try to go against that way of thinking, people kind of think that you're trying to troll them or make fun of them or do this or just like.
I guess that's where I'm kind of stuck.
You got to understand, sitting in that seat, you got to be willing to take something like you thought was real might be fake. Like, that's, we're not trying to like make fun of you and say, hey, haha, that was fake.
Yeah.
And you thought it was real. That's not what, like, we would never try to do that. It's just more along the lines, some things might look real to you.
Yeah.
But it could turn 180 on you in a blink of an eye.
I'll tell you where it happened for me.
Yeah.
Was I did the video. I worked on it. I felt pretty compelling. I felt that I found pretty compelling evidence showing that the animal in question was not a Dogman at all, but possibly an errant kangaroo or something else. I'm willing to be proved wrong as usual. So I threw it out there, and there were some people who were like, nope. This is not a kangaroo. That's a creature. That's a Dogman. There's no possible way that that's an errant kangaroo, and I accept that. And then someone else commented on the video and said that, did any of you guys actually watch the actual video? Which I did. And they said, if you watched the actual video, you'd have known that no one ever said that this was a Dogman. And maybe that's my fault. And here's the thing is though, the comment section all the way down that page was Dogman comments. Talking about the Dogman, the Dogman, the Dogman, the Dogman. Even the video's title was The Elusive Dogman Caught on Camera. Now, either you're telling me that there was some other topic in this video that's clearly showing a video of a creature going through the background, or you're telling me that while we're watching that, we're talking about something else. Now, that sounds like a misdirect to me, and if that's a misdirect, then maybe I just misunderstood. But the problem I had wasn't that. The problem I had was when I decided to dig deeper, all I could find was videos about Vic Cundiff. And that got a little frustrating because at this point in the juncture, I had no idea that there was any kind of anything between anybody.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm literally here. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this video, but I can't get through the Jerry Springer stuff going on between all these channels. So that is where I'm at right now, guys. I want to know the truth. I want to know what we're looking at, and I'm not so interested in the drama. I just want to know, in your opinion, where should I be looking? where should I look? Because if I go one way, I have a whole giant community over on my right side saying, oh no, that's all fake. But if I go to the right side and I go looking at that content, then the whole left side starts telling me, oh no, that's not real. You can't trust that at all. All I'm getting, guys, is being a third party here, is that I cannot trust anyone. So you kind of see where the problem is. So that's what I'm curious about, you know. I did find some interesting Reddit photos, which I plan on providing a link on the website. A guy on Reddit, and I'll add I'll add the link to the page, and I'll add it so everybody can check this out. Actually provided, to my mind, some of the most compelling Dogman pictures and evidence that I've ever seen. Yep. And I'm not very, very far into this. I wouldn't consider myself a veteran by any means. Mm-hmm. But there was a couple pictures in it, Ty, that actually stopped me in my tracks, and I said, okay, now that's weird.
That's weird.
Why would this happen? And a couple of things were deer carcasses.
Yeah.
But the way they were killed was nothing like I've ever seen. Yeah. I've never seen I've seen the remains of deer, you know, from coyotes and wolves and mountain lions and, you know, stuff like that. I've even seen, you know, baby deers that were killed by bobcats, you know. And the one thing you notice is that they're very, very efficient. You know, even a wolf pack will eat almost everything except for the feet. And sometimes they might even eat the feet. I don't know. If you know out there better than me, then by all means correct me. But the way these deer were killed in these pictures was extremely odd. Way too crazy. Like, it just instantly paints a scene in your mind, like something horrendous happened here. You know?
It didn't look like it was trying to kill for food. It was more like
it looked like
just destroying it.
It devoured it.
Yeah.
It just looked like it didn't care where it started.
Gotcha.
Which is odd. You know, with cats, they usually start with the stomach. You know, they kill by the throat, and they start with the stomach. With you know, wolves and things like that, it's similar. You know, they'll kill it, hold it down, and then they'll just start tearing the muscle out, start eating it. You know, it's what you got to do out there. But this one was, the way it was killed was extremely strange. It was really strange. And like I said, I'll provide the link to all that. I've saved all that stuff, and if you guys want to check it out, it'll be on the Facebook page and on the website. I'll put a link there for you guys to give me your opinions. And by all means, definitely comment and give us your opinions. We are just two guys, and your guys' opinions is just as important as ours. And you have no idea how much we rely on you guys for leads and looking into some of these topics, you know. So,
well, speaking of Reddit, I actually had a I hope that he's a follower now, but he came I showed him that cryptid theory that we showed about the theory of the kangaroo.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to give this guy a shout out because his theories are pretty spot on. Like, it's something that's a good avenue to go down. I'm going to shout him out. It's Metal Black Sheep.
Metal Black Sheep?
Yep. He's like, alright, so my theory stems from multiple facts. I remember seeing on here that the eyes of a Tasmanian devil can self-illuminate, which was just discovered, if I'm not mistaken. The Dogman is said to have self-illuminating eyes. The size isn't possible to reach either. Kangaroos can reach 8 feet in height. They also have the hands and haunches as well to match the Dogman. Most marsupials can climb trees with ease, and the Dogman has been seen in trees watching people. At first, I had a thought that the government was doing experiments for a unknown reason, but in all actuality, why would they waste time and money on something like that? I'm theorizing that this is just a undiscovered marsupial. It's not the first marsupial in the state either, which brings me to my next factor. Possums. When a possum plays dead, it actually excretes an awful smell from its anus to make it act more, its act more believable. Sorry. Dogmen are said to have foul smells that is up there with the smell of a rotting corpse. Perhaps it's a way to warn us off because they see us before we see them. Well, thank you, Metal Black Sheep. I think that's a lot of that's
It's pretty brilliant.
It's really good.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Honestly, that's what I'm talking about.
That's
Yeah.
that's what we're asking. Make it make your own observation.
Yeah.
Because we say this all the time. There's not a definitive answer. We don't have textbooks. We don't have people out there. We literally, as many people are out there, we don't have experts.
Yeah.
We do not have experts. We just have people that are trying to find the trail.
Absolutely.
And
This show is literally your conduit.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a theory, have an idea, send it to us. We'll never take credit for your ideas. We'll never shut you out. We'll always shout you out. And I actually have a shout out of my own I want to throw out there. And the shout out this week on this one is for the YouTube, and it goes to a guy named Travis Drum. And Travis has subscribed to the channel, and he has commented like crazy. He's thrown out some theories. He's thrown out some of his ideas. He is supporting the show in every way possible. And Travis, just as soon as we have a ball cap or a t-shirt or some posters, something, we will be sending that stuff your way because we appreciate you, man. And thank you. Thank you so much for supporting us. And yeah, I think it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, Travis. Very cool. But yeah, that's back to the theories and stuff. That's what I'm talking about. We are a conduit. We want to tell your story. We want to get it out there and talk about these subjects. There's a little bit of a problem, in my opinion, when in regards to the Dogman. Not so much the Sasquatch. I hate to say it, but I think I see why the Sasquatch guys that are kind of purists, they're not as into the Dogman. I think I'm seeing why now. It's not so much that they think it's impossible. It's that, well, what do we have? We have video of Sasquatch. We have pictures. We have more eyewitness accounts. And let me remind everybody out there that eyewitness account is enough evidence in the court of law to get a conviction. And yet, when we talk about this stuff, an eyewitness account suddenly, just like that, is not enough to prove anything. So we have a double standard. We have a double standard that we need to work on. But I think we can. I think we can get there. But in regards to that and the Dogman, we also have a lot of eyewitness accounts, not nearly a fraction of the video and not nearly a fraction of the photography. And that's kind of a problem, And I have a theory on why. And it has more to do with giving the benefit of the doubt than it does disarming and shutting this subject down. It has more to do with, if you see a Sasquatch, I think, yeah, there's going to be that degree of shock and fear. But for the most part, a lot of the eyewitness accounts say like, oh yeah, he came out and looked at me and he turned and he walked away. So some of those, I think, when you're filming, you have the sense of shock, but you're not so overwhelmed that you can't sit there and capture something or try to get a blurry picture or a blurry video. You actually try, but in regards to the Dogman, it sure seems like there's a greater degree of fear. A much greater degree of fear. And considering that the Dogman's behavior seems a lot more sinister, egotistical, I know I've said this 100 times, the superiority complex. he's better than you, he's faster than you, he's superior in all ways and shapes and forms, he outclasses you, and he wants you to know it. And I think that conveys that feeling of, be afraid of me. Be afraid, because I could end you at any time. You can't even get away if I choose it. But for the most part, they don't choose it. Why?
Yeah.
Which is another problem of mine with the whole thing.
That's because
inconsistency.
Yeah, the inconsistency, because I feel like the ones that they say that they've been attacked.
Yeah.
Or like the eyewitness accounts that they've been attacked. I can see that coming to light a little bit because of the whole kangaroo thing. Because, kangaroos, they're very mean.
They get aggressive, yeah.
So that's why I never understood, like, why does some of these kangaroo will just...
Right.
Will basically kind of show themselves in a way.
Right.
And then just hobble off. But they're normally a very aggressive animal.
Yeah, I've seen videos where they actually... I've seen videos where they actually run at cars. And I mean, like, cars going down the highway, and he runs into the car.
Yeah.
I guess the animal kills itself. I don't know, but he never stops going after the car.
Yeah.
And then there's video where they chase cars and attack people, you know. Shout out to the guy who actually punched one, who it got a hold of his dog. I saw that video. That was pretty wild. He actually said, hell no. Went up there and gave his thing a haymaker. Get off my dog, you know. It's pretty impressive.
So yeah. Like, I can see that a little bit, but adrenaline rushing, like, I feel like but the one thing that gets me with the kangaroo theory, maybe that one video is a one-off. Maybe that was maybe a couple other sightings or something of that nature, or that. But a lot of them keep saying that they don't see a tail, and most kangaroos have tails.
They do, yeah.
So that brings me back to the other thing. We might be right on this particular theory of that video or some videos, but there's a lot of other sightings out there that they say that there's no tail, the way that the way it looks.
Right.
Like, a lot of them say that it looks like a German Shepherd, and I don't think
if you look at the colorings of the German Shepherd and then look at the kangaroo,
I get that,
there's
but
a similarity.
I think they said that it had shaggy hair, though, and I've never seen. Do they have shaggy hair?
There is some, yeah.
I thought it was always matted.
I'm not saying that all dogman sightings are kangaroos.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying that. And that message right there got misconstrued big time in that video.
Oh, yeah, true.
All of a sudden, my analyzation of one video became an attack on all dogman sightings.
Nope.
You know? And one person, actually, I think I might have mistook the message wrong. I think one person actually said that, well, I'd love to hear some people who've had encounters come and watch this and say what they have to say about it. And my thought was, exactly. You know, hey, why not? Hey, if for a second you come and you check out the video on our YouTube and you've had a sighting, and you sit there and you say, wow, you know what? That's really similar to what I saw. Hey, guess what? You didn't see a huge werewolf beast man that was trying to kill you. You saw an errant kangaroo. And now, can you move on with your life a little bit easier knowing that instead? But then there's going to be some that are like, that's not what I saw. And those are the ones we want to talk to.
Yeah, because that's something that we want to get to the bottom of the Dogman.
Because now we can move some of these mistaken identity sightings out of the way and go right into the meat and taters here, and which is what everybody wants. You know, I'm not interested in. I'm really not interested in disproving anybody. Honestly, it's not something that that really is a passion of mine. I don't care. You know, I realize that there are channels out there that solely do this for the entertainment value of the topic. I get that. I get that. And there are rumors just flying around. Some of you guys yourself who listen have literally told me, like, yeah, I don't listen to that one because it's all made up. Mm-hmm. And even right now, I'm not going to drop a name because whatever they're doing on other channels is, that's their business. That's their channel, their content, their rules. That's what they do. And that's good. That's okay.
You form your own opinion.
Yeah.
You choose to believe what you want to believe. Like, we're not here to shove what we think is right down your throat because we don't know if we're right or wrong. Like, it's just, we're just trying to throw out theories and figure it all out together. Like, we are just two guys. We
Absolutely.
always say that this podcast is more than just us. It's you guys. We want your theories, your ideas, and so we can figure this out because we need some out-of-the-box thinking. Because if this creature, especially the Dogman, that just makes no sense in the whole grand scheme of the world. It doesn't fit in anywhere. So there has to be something bigger behind it. There has to be just something, and we can't just say flip open a textbook and say okay, this has this, but maybe that doesn't actually apply to this guy.
Right.
So that's why we need your help. We need your theories.
Absolutely. Take a pause for 1 second.
Yep.
I think I see Kyle. I want to see if that's really him. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I've had a adolescent black snake or barn snake move into the farm here, and I've been keeping tabs on him. And every time I run into him, he's just as shocked to run into me as I am him. So it's pretty hilarious. I named him Kyle for no reason whatsoever.
For some odd reason, every time you say he's shocked, I keep thinking that you guys both look at him and you're like, snake, and he's like, human.
That's exactly what it's like. He stops and he oh my god. I don't think he's very good at being stealthy yet. So he comes out and he's like, oh man, it's a great day. Oh no.
People.
Maybe if I'm really still, he won't see me. And I'm literally like, Kyle, I can see you. Everything's green and you're solid black, man. I'm sorry. You stick out really badly. And then he hauls ass. So the first time he came out, it scared the hell out of the wife. Oh my god. But barn snakes are they're pretty handy to have around. They get rid of mice, things like that. And I have no desire to hurt him or kill him. I just think it's fun to watch him. And as long as he doesn't come in the house. If he comes in the house with me, then we're going to have some words. We're going to have a talking to.
Start throwing hands.
We're going to start throwing hands. I'm going to teach him what snake chucks means. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. The whole thing, all the theories, all the content, the gray smoke or whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of he said, she said being thrown around, and I'm really not interested. I am interested in our followers, our listeners. I want to hear their theories. I want to hear what they have to say, and I would like to weed out these sightings that don't match up. They don't fit the pattern. There are some interesting patterns though that I'll mention just offhand here. Is one, okay, the Dogman encounters. Okay, we've got a group that swears up and down that it's the Dogman in the national parks, and that's why people are disappearing. But we have thousands of eyewitnesses that the Dogman does not hurt. Doesn't take when they could. People that are by themselves, fully vulnerable, this thing's bigger, superior, blah, 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 and it doesn't take them. It scares them, but it doesn't take them. All right. The other thing, too, is the military thing. Why is the military connection even a thing? Why do a lot of these happen near or around military bases? What's going on there? Do you have theories? Let me know. If you have theories that you want to be anonymous, send it to our email, encounters@kyxfiles.com. I will not read your name if you tell me not to. We can keep it anonymous. But I will say this, though.
Description.
Those who are paranoid about that sort of thing, I don't think that your concerns are unfounded, because the day we had an off-the-air conversation with one of our previous guests about that very subject. All kinds of weird things started happening. Phone calls started getting disconnected. Our phones started superheating. We don't know why. We started getting interferences. I mean, anything you could imagine going wrong in a short amount of time went wrong. Coincidence? Maybe. If it isn't, that's kind of scary and something to consider.
The only thing that I felt like was weird, my phone started superheating when we were talking to him, and then it just automatically said, hey, update. And it just started doing an update out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It normally like prompts me to like ask me, hey, you want to do an update? I never set a time. And then after that, everybody gets those normal spam calls like, I'm calling you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah.
Normally,
I haven't owned that car in 10 years, but thank you.
Yeah. So I normally get those. So every once in a while, I'll answer the phone. I'll get those. But sometimes now, I've been getting the like same random phone calls. But this time, there's no one on the other end. It's just blank.
I've been getting
like
those too.
Those just like coincidence. Yeah, because it literally started. Those phone calls started after that episode.
And it's weird that had happened, and we both noticed it and said something about it, but we kind of joked it off, I guess, a little bit. We're like, it's probably whatever. And then right after that, we listened to an episode of Paranormal Roundtable where someone else that it apparently is prominent in the Dogman thing, and especially with the LBL, that stuff, actually had the same things happening. And then again, when you heard it on the live stream of Dark Waters,
he said the
same thing.
His phone's like he just made it nonchalant because he's like, yeah, people do that. My phone started getting overheated, and he just chucked it away and just got himself a new phone. It's like it's just weird. Like
weird.
I just can't, like, I don't understand why we're a small podcast.
No.
But are we hitting some buttons here that no one
thought? I mean, look at was it Kevin Wright?
Yeah.
He has drones coming up into his area.
Yeah, I remember.
Drones floating around. Why? What for? You know what I told him the other day? I said, dude, we ought to zap one. We should zap one down. Figure out where, maybe it has some markings on it. Maybe some kind of clue. I don't know. I mean, at the very least, zap it, take it apart, track down the manufacturer parts. You know what I mean? We could figure out where this thing was built and why. Who was it built for? Things like that, Another thing, too, is if you think there's drones out in your area, wait till nighttime. Night vision. Use a night vision scope or monocle. Whatever optic it has will shine like a flashlight. So there you have it. These are strange coincidences, and these are things that shouldn't be ignored. That's why, in a way, I even would like to name this episode that the elephant in the room. It's that thing that it's there. There's details other than the cryptids that we're not really going into, and why. Why not? And there's things that people are noticing. We hear about it all the time.
Yeah, like we're talking about patterns too. It seems like in the Dogman community, if you start talking about something on a little strange side, they get something to happen to them. Random phone calls, random people. Yeah. I think that, like, what was that one that we're talking about on? Check them out, Paranormal Roundtable. They were talking about somebody.
He got a call.
No, he was being followed.
Oh, yeah, on his own property.
On his own property. So, like, there's something there.
The thing that got me was the telephone call. The telephone call, when he answered, the call literally said, "You have no idea what you're doing, do you?" And the thing that got me was, well, hell, there's that superiority complex again. Well, that's odd. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
So, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Who are we pissing off? Why are you so interested? I mean, we're just a couple of guys sitting here in Kentucky talking about interesting things. Why is that so intimidating? Is it because our listeners are intelligent? Is it because they're capable of critical thinking? You don't want that, do you? That does sound like something that might be a threat later on, huh? We're small now, but we won't be small forever. So,
and that's another thing too, is if these cases are true, like I feel like a pattern is showing here in itself. Is it the reason why a lot of these random sightings, like especially that video that it looks like a kangaroo,
yeah.
are they allowing a lot of this stuff to go out because of misdirection?
Misinformation, misdirection.
Yeah,
I mean, it is a tactic.
Yeah, because, and plus, who is like, is there a person that's controlling this to make it seem like, okay, what's the best way to keep somebody blinded from what's actually going on?
Yeah.
They put you against each other.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like that in this, especially in this particular group, we see it in the Sasquatch community too.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they try to stick together. But there are some kind of biased tendencies between the groups. But the DOGMAN, we literally can't come together. We can't come together on this.
It is a much more extreme divide.
Yeah, and that's
there's a bigger wedge there than there is in the Sasquatch.
And that's what I'm saying is that they're putting us against each other to not go with the truth.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter who says like these, I guess, conspiracy theories of like my phone getting hot and then updating and then getting random phone calls with no one on the other end. Like, are you guys personally going to believe me? I hope that you would.
No.
I'm not trying to lie to you or anything. This is what happened to me. I don't know if it's a coincidence or not.
Yeah,
but
it's
that's
weird.
That's the thing is, by me saying it, they're going to allow this because they're hoping that you're not going to believe anything we say.
I think that more than likely it would be a little bit more challenging and scary to them for any of our listeners to write into us that, yes, I've had the same things happening to me. You know, those things are also happening to me. So pay attention to this part, constant listeners. Listen to this and comment, please. Have you seen the drones around your area? Have you seen the drones in relation to areas with activity? Are you getting weird phone calls? Are you getting strange visits?
Seeing strange cars around your town.
Strange cars, things like that. Let us know. Put it in the comments or email us directly, encounters@kyxfiles.com, and let's keep putting the puzzle together. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which side of it you're on, which side you believe. You know, if you believe that one thing is happening and you don't believe something that somebody else said was happening, it's okay. This is a place to meet in the middle. Yep. That's what the Kentucky X-Files are. It's your middle ground where everyone can stand and everybody can be heard and everybody can put in their piece. You know, I don't think that we're on different sides. I think we're all holding different pieces of it. And an interesting thing, this hit me last night, was okay. So I was actually watching a Scott Carpenter video, and Scott Carpenter talks about the Nephilim a lot.
Yeah,
and that's a subject that's tough for me because I don't personally lean that way. However, something stood out in the pattern of it. Okay, and I got on the whole kick again. I brought back up the research file that I have on the Nephilim that we put together, and I started looking through it again. And the reason I did was because another video had come up where I saw, I haven't watched it yet, but I saved it because the title struck me pretty intensely. It said that two teenage girls, were taken by Sasquatch and kept for 4 years. Okay, so then I got to thinking, daughters of men, the angels that laid with the daughters of men, the Nephilim. And I started thinking about that, and I thought, okay, so that's a reoccurring pattern that's happened in stories, is women being taken, children being taken, things like that. You know, and in the Nephilim, it all goes back to the angels laying with the daughters of men and begetting sons of their own, right? The Nephilim, the half giants. So that's an interesting little tidbit, I think. I don't know if it's important, but it felt like it was worth mentioning. I may not be completely on board with the Nephilim theory. I may not be completely on board with a lot of stuff, but there are patterns in some of these things and coincidences that I do believe are valid and should be mentioned, and that's one of them. I think that that's an interesting piece there, that the kidnapping of women and then leaning over to the Nephilim, and the Nephilim, were the daughters of men and angels, So it's interesting, One thing that makes me wonder is the Noah's Ark, right?
Yeah.
Noah's Ark. Apparently, there must have been a spot on that ship for a couple Sasquatch.
But if you actually read that, I thought that was one of the main reasons for the flood.
I don't know. I mean,
I thought that's where I might be wrong. I hope somebody's out there that can reiterate on this.
I'm sure we can get somebody to comment and set us straight on that one. That would be useful.
I remember, I thought I read this somewhere, that was one of the reasons for the flood was to wash away, I guess, lack of a better word, the sins of his angels coming down, laying with men's daughters.
Yeah.
And so I heard that somewhere, or I read that somewhere. I might be wrong. Like we said, this is a discussion. We don't know everything. Just help us out.
This is a call to action, guys.
Yeah.
This is why we wanted to do this. We wanted you. We need your help. We want you to join us. Be a part of this with us. Help us out. Your input, your opinions, your theories, they are all valid and worth the time. So don't hesitate. Send it. Let us know. We are very interested, and I definitely am addicted to hearing the opinions and the theories, because every now and again, Black Metal Sheep from Reddit. Wow.
It's Metal Black Sheep.
Metal Black Sheep. Sorry.
I did that same thing because I keep thinking of black metal.
Metal Black Sheep. Huge. Man, honestly, my hat's off to you. That's a hell of a theory.
Yeah, it's a great theory, and it's plausible. It could happen.
It could, yeah. I mean, we've went into it before. Even last episode with Josh Gibbs.
Yeah.
Which, hey guys, thank you. That was wow. You blew all the records away with the downloads on that one on both YouTube and Spotify, which is the first time that's happened. So yes, we will be ambushing Gibbs to jump back on here, and we will make him come back and do another show with us. And he actually has more stuff too. That's the bad part is we ran out of time, and he actually has a bunch more. So we'll definitely drag him back on here a lot sooner than later, and
we'll try to get a panel van and see if we can steal him somewhere.
We'll kidnap him. We'll Gibbnap him. Gibbsnap him. We also are going to be touching base with our old buddy from episode 1, Mr. Lee Woods. We're going to be bringing him back on. I am super excited because Lee has not been sitting still. And what is this? 22 episodes later for us, Lee has done a bunch of new stuff, and he's been going crazy with his expeditions and pushing his stuff. And I'll tell you what, guys, I tried his coffee. I liked it so much, I made a commercial for it on the YouTube channel, and I didn't even ask Lee if I could. I just did it because it's that good. And, afterwards, he seemed to like the commercial. He didn't yell at me, so I feel like we did pretty good on that one. But we're going to be bringing him back on to talk to him. What else we got coming up?
The Kentucky DOGMAN project.
Yeah, we're trying to get a schedule worked out with Paul from the Kentucky DOGMAN project.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for that. I know it's going to line up eventually, and we're going to get him on here. I can't wait to talk to him. Now, he's friends with Kevin and Josh Grierson. So those guys are like a power trio.
Oh, they're a power trio.
They are literally a triad of cryptid power.
That's awesome.
Okay, so that's really cool, and I'm really excited for that.
Okay, guys, I'm literally going to start doing this every episode. Can you guys nicely bombard Jeff Meldrum and task him to join us on our podcast? Please.
Jeffrey.
I really want him on this podcast.
Jeffrey.
I would love to talk to him.
I would really like to talk to Jeffrey and just Dr. Jeffrey.
I'm just
he
saying
didn't
I
go
might.
to medical school for us to call him Mister. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to talk to him. That'd be really cool. And we got Ohio Bigfoot research organization.
Oh okay.
Guy named Dusty Ruth. And we're gonna be trying to get a hold of him. Hopefully, we'll be recording these in the next few days if I can get the scheduling to pan out. So that would be awesome. It's, you know what, guys? I never realized how hard it was going to be to make this show happen. In the beginning, when we started it, we were just having fun. You know, we were two guys, but now I look at the YouTube and our podcast dashboard, and I realize that we were two, but now we're many, and that is staggering. That is very staggering. So, wow, thank you so much, guys. That is amazing. But it did make the job harder. I hope you know that's your fault, guys out there. You constant listeners, that is your fault. The job is a lot harder now because trying to find good content and good guests that we can talk to that you guys get to hear, and stuff that we can hopefully add to the mystery, trying to figure out what this mystery is and how do we get to the bottom of it. And there's so many other topics out there. We have a guest who emailed us in who would like to be on the show, and he is a psychic medium. And we're working out the scheduling with that one too. So if you guys are interested in hearing what he has to say, let us know. Seems like a really, really cool guy. I'm actually pretty intrigued by him. I want to know what he has to bring to the table. And you know what? I even have some Sasquatch questions I want to throw at him.
Yeah.
I mean, well, you think about it. I mean, if he's a psychic medium, he's obviously got connections on the other side. Hey, maybe they know something that we don't. I don't know. I'm not ruling anything out here. I mean, if it's some source of info, I want it. Give it to us.
I would like to learn about his take, I guess I can't say take, or his abilities and stuff like that, because I've never really met anybody with this type of ability.
Right.
So, but we're definitely going to sneak in Sasquatch questions.
Oh yeah.
Because come on.
You know what?
That's the
Sasquatch, DOGMAN. I mean, whatever. We'll just kind of sneak it in there, see what he says. If he shuts us down, then whatever, right?
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Or he's so powerful that he knows what we're going to ask before we ask it, and he stops us in our tracks. Says, "Don't ask me that." Okay. Sorry. That's our bad. We were thinking about that. I don't know. Just joking around, guys. But yeah, we want to get him on here and get him talking and see what he has to say and pick his brain. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to go forward with this, and I'm feeling it lately, guys. I'm still hopelessly addicted to trying to dig into this cryptid thing and the DOGMAN and the Bigfoot and all that. But I won't deny to you that I'm feeling ready. I want to start looking into other avenues. I want to see something. We have a local cryptid here where I live, the Hog Woman, and I haven't even begun researching this yet, but I'm going to.
Yep.
I'm excited to hear what people have to say about that. Turns out it's a really old legend, a couple hundred years old or something. I don't know if it originated here or somebody brought it here, as a folklore, or maybe it's something they actually saw, but I definitely like to ask around. And around here it's different too, because you got two different groups of people. You got one group that doesn't want to talk, and then you got the other group that never wants to stop. They have ideas, they have theories, and man, it's enjoyable. I love it.
And yeah, another thing too is how we're trying to figure out more things to bring you guys other than just Sasquatch and DOGMAN, but we're still on the hunt for the answers. What about any ghost related stuff? Just leave in the comment sections. What do you want to hear?
What do you want to hear? Give us ideas of stuff to go for.
Personally too, we're actually a few minutes, I want to say a few minutes, but about a good 20-minute drive to the famous Bobby Mackey's.
Oh yeah, Bobby Mackey's.
So if you guys want to hear anything about that, we can try to fix something there. We've talked about this before, especially Bobby Mackey's, but it's so famous. We just didn't know, like, because I
Yeah.
think Ghost Adventures did it, like,
It's been done to death, but
done to
you
death.
know,
But if you guys want
maybe
to,
we could go at it at a different angle. You know, I've been in that place before, and I've researched it. I've been in the basement. I've taken pictures that came back with some strangeness. You know, it's crazy, but it happens. You know, it's a active place. And also too, my cousin, I wanted to get him on here at some point. He's got a pretty interesting little ghost story. He told me the details of it the other night, and he said he felt kind of weird telling it because he didn't feel like it was that good. But I said, hey man, tell it. Somebody might hear it, and they might say, hey, you know what, something like that happened to me, and then we can start adding to it. So we got some bad storms coming in, and it looks like we're going to be rained out any minute. So we're going to cut this one off, and I'm sure in the next couple of days we'll be out here recording again. So we will keep the content coming to you, and don't hesitate. Let us know. Comment. Let us know what you want. Let us know which way we should go. Give us leads. We need it. Send them to encounters@kentuckyxfiles.com, and we will read it. Until next time, everybody, be good to each other.